Military operations have been ongoing for more than 4 years. It's likely that you analyze things and review matters often. In your opinion, was there a crucial juncture when you realized war was unavoidable, and who initiated that war machinery? The influence of Washington or your Middle East neighbors? Or were there mistakes on your part? Are there things you regret? And if you had the opportunity to go back, would you change them?
In every state there are mistakes, and mistakes could be made every day. But they do not constitute a crucial juncture because they're ever present. So how do these mistakes bring about the situation we are living in Syria today? It doesn't make sense. You might be surprised if I tell you that the crucial juncture causing what happened in Syria is something many people wouldn't even think of. It was the Iraq War in 2003, when the United States invaded Iraq. We strongly opposed it because we knew things were moving towards social division and unrest. And we're Iraq's neighbour. At that time, we saw that the war would turn Iraq into a sectarian country, into a society divided against itself. To the west of Syria, there is another sectarian country, Lebanon. We are in the middle. We knew well that we would be affected. Consequently, the beginning of the Syrian crisis, or what happened in the beginning, was the natural result of that war and the sectarian situation in Iraq, part of which moved to Syria. And it was easy for them to incite some Syrian groups on sectarian grounds. The second point, which might be less crucial, is that the West adopted terrorism officially in Afghanistan in the early 1980s, and at that time called terrorists freedom fighters. And then in 2006, when Islamic State appeared in Iraq under American sponsorship, they didn't fight it. All these things together created the conditions for the unrest. With Western support and Gulf money, particularly from Qatar and Saudi Arabia, and with Turkish logistic support, particularly since President Erdogan belongs intellectually to the Muslim Brotherhood. Consequently, he believes that if the situation changed in Syria, Egypt and Iraq, it means the creation of a new sultanate. Not an Ottoman sultanate this time, but a sultanate for the Brotherhood, extending from the Atlantic to the Mediterranean and ruled by Erdogan. All these factors together brought matters to where we are today. Once again, I say that there were mistakes, and mistakes always create gaps and weak points, but they're not sufficient to cause this alone. And they do not justify what happened. And if these gaps and weak points are the cause, why didn't they lead to revolutions in the Gulf states, particularly in Saudi Arabia, which doesn't know anything about democracy? The answer is self-evident, I believe.
Mr. President, thank you for giving us the time and for your detailed answers to our questions. We know that in September you have your Golden Jubilee, your 50th birthday. Probably the best wishes in the current circumstances would be the return of peace and safety to your country as soon as possible. Thank you.